Can you hear me now? Will Jones, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Oh my goodness. Will Jones, can you hear me now? Oh my gosh. Can you hear me now? Oh my goodness. Okay. I got a little. Okay, there we go. Thank you for saying that you can't hear me. Yes, awesome. Well, I bought these microphones for YouTubing. Oh, and look, they're off again. Okay, let's try this again. No, it's blinking. Maybe it was just turned off. I can't tell with these fluffy things on to muffle the sound if they're on or not, which is kind of not good. So tell me if I sound any different in just a second here. And I'm plugging in my microphone, or at least attempting it. There. All right, can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Venus, can you hear me? I miss you. So how's your life been? If you can hear me, hopefully you can. I'd love to know how you're doing. And I'm just gonna turn my volume up a little. Will Jones, all good. Oh, thank you. You know what? You're just a lifesaver, Will. Thank you so much for telling me you can't hear me. Because I've been streaming for however long, 10 minutes or something like that, with, I guess, no sound, which explains why people keep leaving. Well, I am not a professional videoist, obviously, but I do my best. And anyway, the point is to have some really great art. And that is what my goal is to do. And my paint's very wet, so I'll be able to move it around as needed. And I'm just using the browns right now just to kind of sketch in where I want things to go. And then I'll kind of adjust everything after that. And this painting today is going to be more of a kind of an abstract-y type thing, because I like to use my palette knife to push the paint around and give it that really nice, let's see, there's really not enough paint right there, but it gives it a really nice smushy look, which I'm going to just do right here for a second. Just going to move this around, and it kind of flattens that out. And then wipe off your knife, palette knife. I don't suggest using a real knife because, you know, I don't know if that would really push the paint around very well without damaging the painting. Yes, I'm weird. That's okay. Artists can be weird. I mean, there's a lot of professional artists, a lot of weird artists, a lot of vibrant and talky artists. And last stream I was not very talky, so I just kind of ended it very quickly. I got most of the color off of that. That brush there. I'm just saving my brushes so I know which ones I'm using so I can use them throughout the painting. And then I have this small one. I think there's a little paint on that one. Now this one is small, but it's not pointed enough for me. It's leaving very thick marks. So I'm just going to take. And the nice thing about oil paints is it doesn't dry too fast, so you can change it without without it drying, and it's like, oh no, my paint's dry, I have to wait and paint another layer. You can just move things around, change the color as you're painting. And it looks like she has really big lips right now, but we're getting there. Nothing comes all together at once. You really have to give it time to work itself out. And I don't know, has anyone else been painting or paints? Or Will, have you been working on anything yourself? My favorite girl, my favorite person, Venus, most awesome person in the world when it comes to my streaming. Very dedicated. Favorite. We're going to use this kind of a scrubby brush here for some, well, maybe a different one. Picking the right brush is like most of what's important when it comes to painting. This one is between the other ones. I'm going to try this one. But I want a little more scrubby on the blue, so I'm going to do that first. Scrubby blue. That is a professional term, by the way, which I'm going to do over here. Change up her shape of her nose. It's really hard to do it without turning the palette around. But when I do that, it kind of looks weird in my shorts. I mean, my short videos, not my actual shorts. Another joke. Very bad one. Let's get rid of some of these duck lips. Duck lips. Just here in a second, we're going to add some actual lips, but we have to get sketching the shape we want. Is anybody very good at portraits or faces, or what's your favorite thing to create? A lot of people like still life, which is something I used to do a lot of, but then I started getting to portraits and people and animals, which I really like. Actually, I'm thinking about doing an animal next time I'm on here. The blue smushing around, I love it. Get all the paint off the brush at the same time you're creating art. And see that purple? I'm going to expand on that purple if I can. Let's see, a lot of it dried from Friday. Usually I keep my paints in the freezer so they don't dry, but I forgot to, so they got a bit dry, which is okay because we'll just add some paint thinner. Not too much. Maybe you can see that coming off, soaking off in the video, all that extra paint thinner. And we're going to add some really pretty purples here. Purple's one of my favorite colors. Do you have a favorite color? Randomly asking. Now the fun part is just watching it just flow around. It turns into this exciting, different patterns naturally. Give them a little direction, of course. Blend it in with the blue here. Add a little bit of white, which I'm getting right now, although you can't see it. Eventually I'll get a camera that shows maybe my palette actually, which would be awesome, and then also maybe my face. I was thinking about doing that at some point as well. I've been a little shy about that. For one, you have to look decent for the camera. And I don't always feel I look that great. But overall, I really like watching artists when they do show their faces and talk. So I guess I will give that a nice shot. Okay, now we've got our color in there. And it's not a lot, so I'm just going to push it a little bit up and down. It's not thick paint, it's very thin right now. So as you can see, it's not really spreading. But if I use my flat brush here, let's see, I'll use my white one. This will put a teeny bit of paint thinner on that. And this will kind of make it flow better. See that? It's the brush. We got the flow. Nice and easy, nice and even, blending in with that blue naturally on the canvas. And it just all comes together. Can add a little bit more white just in this area. I'm just getting the corner of my brush white because I'm going to blend a different color there. But do you see that change? It kind of just blends it all together. It's a nice evening. I hope everyone is warm tonight, not freezing in this wintry weather. It has been a cold one this year. So I've got my paint, a lot of it came loose, so I'm going to just stick it right here, right smack on my palette, just like that, because I don't like wasting paint. So I will sometimes just stick it right on the palette, like, or not palette, I keep saying palette, but the canvas. Just put it right on the canvas, and then I'll take a little bit of white here and here, wherever I want it to be a little lighter, that's where I'm going to put the white. And then I'll grab some of that purple, and we'll just kind of blend it all in, however we want it to go. Let's see, I'll try to keep my hand out of the way so you can watch that blending effect. And the lighter your touches, the more it's going to blend more. And also, when it's a little bit wetter, like I'm just putting a little bit of thinner on right now. Now you see the flatness is giving it lines like that. So to get rid of that, or to smooth that out, I'm going to use a different brush. One that has a more of a flow, and it's called a filbert brush. And it's kind of rounded on the end, not quite as square. So I'm going to dip that in my paint thinner to get it ready and primed. Not too much. I'm going to get some of that off of there because I don't want too much. And then just bring it on down. Bring it on down. And as we go, because I don't want a lot of purple, I'm going to keep rubbing off what I don't want onto this cloth here till it gets to where I want it to be. And we'll grab a little more blue. A little more white. We'll bring that into the picture here. And we'll watch it blend together. I'm going to put in a little more, this is called Sky Blue, but I just want a touch, not too much. And yes, I am using my canvas as a palette because I really like how it just unfolds itself into the painting on its own. Like it takes on its own form, its own look. And I'd like her to have a little more hair here. And I'm using purple because this is my painting, it's my fantasy, it's what I want it to be. And she doesn't have to be blonde or brown, she can be any color we want. And I did have a butterfly there, but I think I'll just make it a little different. Spreading different colors around. And seeing what happens, just enjoying the surprise it brings. And I did have music on earlier because I'm trying to, like I said, I'm trying to find royalty-free music with no commercials or ads. If anybody knows of any, please let me know. I would appreciate that very much. Being that I'm new to this whole thing. And still very, what do you call it? In the baby stages, I guess, of streaming. And after this, we're going to use a little more orange. And it's a Monday here, so I was thinking of not painting, but I thought I'll do my 30 minutes because that is my goal. And how am I ever going to make this work if I don't dedicate myself to it? And it's very difficult for me to commit to something like that. I have a little bit of ADD, I guess. Can you hear me still? I hope. Oops. I think you can still hear me, right? All right. I think that's enough purple for now. I want to throw in a little bit of orange, our original orange color. I'm kind of letting this dry right now. I got a little bit too wet. So I'm just letting it sit and then we'll get her face more complete. Just kind of like in a dream state right now, I think. See if I can get a little bit of music of some sort on here. I've got an iPad. And we'll see if I can find my previous music I was using. or even something better. I like this one. Hopefully, let's get no commercials on this. They always start with commercials. It's one thing about YouTube. It's part of the program. Oh, all right. So I'm going to stream for about 15 more minutes, probably. And if nobody shows up, I didn't really send out a notification that there's an upcoming live stream to my friends. But for people who have just found me, I appreciate you finding me very much. It is Monday Night Football. After all, maybe I'll just stream like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I think. I work 6 days a week, and trying to support myself. I'm a hard worker, and that can be very tiresome at times, for sure.